Hello, hello. Hi, world. I hope everyone is doing well, and I'm so excited. I'm really excited today because I know that the love for our fur babies, the passion we have, it's really very incredible. I know that, everyone who is about to watch this live, to watch this as a replay, to listen this as a podcast, it's a passionate pet parent or pet business. And we know that we love our doggies. We love also being able to make a difference and help fur babies. And we also love, being able to dress our babies really nice. And I was thinking today, what is Pet Pics? And I truly, friends, I never even imagined in a million years in my life what Pet Pics will become, in a way that I never thought that we'll be highlighting people from all around the world. And I can tell you that today I was doing the math in my head of the people I interviewed this week, and it's truly from all around the globe, and people with different cultures, people with different languages. And today we have two amazing ladies, which English is their second language. They speak Spanish, or the type of Spanish in their countries. And they just fell in love with fur babies. And they just also fell in love in a way that they love to design stuff. They love to make a difference. They love just to unite the community. And so today we have two great, beautiful people who also, they are returning to our show. We have Juanita from Boshoun company. She lives in Guatemala. She's not only a designer, huge supporter of celebrity catwalk, but she also it's dedicated her life to not only create beautiful outfits, but also to donate part of the proceeds, and she has her own rescue, and she's going to tell us a little more about the way she's trying to help the fur babies. And we also have Graciela. Everyone who follows Pet Pics World, Graciela, because she's so generous to write articles, and really great ones, now in Spanish and English, for Pet Pics World magazine. And also, we do podcasts all the time. And she lives in Argentina. So we have a simple little girl from Bulgaria who lives in Florida. We have an amazing and very talented designer, Juanita, from Guatemala. Look at her beautiful designs. And we also have another amazing and incredible designer, Graciela, from Argentina. So without further ado, I want to thank you both of the amazing ladies for being with me here on the show today. And I want to welcome them. So thank you very much, girls. Hi, how are you doing? Woohoo!
Hi.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Juanita.
Hi. So I'm very excited. And friends, as we are doing this live, or you're listening this as a podcast, I just want to say, sometimes we can't even understand and comprehend. So right now in Florida, it's 11 in the morning. In Guatemala, it's 9 in the morning, and it's noon in Argentina. How special is this? But I want to thank you, and I want to start first with Juanita. Juanita, can you tell us a little more about you? Where do you live in Guatemala? And a little more about just how did you become a designer? Because we keep growing, and we probably have people who did not, listen to our previous podcast. So tell us a little more about you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Basi. I am so happy for being here in your program and with Graciela as well. So I start this project with my clothes and start to designer when I adopted my first Chihuahua. And when I go into these stores for looking for clothes for her, I don't like it, or it's not the best, it's comfortable for her. So I started thinking, made my own clothes for her. See, my mom, she knows how working in humans for make pieces and dresses and everything, but only for humans. So she teach me when I was a kid how to use the machine, and with the time I start to have more experience. But I only know how make for dogs. This is my passions, and I'm doing for them everything. Now that right now I have rescue dogs, I made for them some pieces for the people can calling the attention for see, oh, he's looking so cute too, and it's a big dog. Why not? They deserve using clothes, more simple, but they looking so good and cute, and the people calling the attention for adoptions too. So I am working in that right now.
It's just amazing. And I absolutely love your style. I love your story. And again, a lot of the designers I had the honor of interviewing over the past 1.5 years. And that's exactly typically their doggy kind of motivated them to really, start their career. And what a better motivation than your four-legged child to kind of open this new world. And I can tell you, I love your style of clothing. Like you have a very defined style in a way that when I see it, I definitely know that, that's you. I know that you like to use, a lot of ruffles, and just like your clothes are so like feminine, so cute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then I forgot also, do you also do clothes for boys as well, or primarily do you do clothes for girls?
I do for boys too. I do best sweaters, but I know I had to work in much with the voice, but I have people who they ask me more for the gears. That's why I made more dresses, but I make for boys too. If they ask me, I can do it with glad, because I have boys too, but I don't know why the gears, I don't know, it's calling my attention with the pink, roofless. It's so beautiful. That I made for boys too. See, yeah.
They're beautiful. Do you know what? A few years ago, one of my local clients, she said, "Oh yes, Vasi, you are the photographers with the small dogs." And I asked her, "What do you mean by this?" And she said, "Yes, when we go to your regular studio, photography studio, I didn't have pet pics yet." And she said, "I looked at your website, and most of the doggies you photographed are only small size." I'm like, well, because those are the clients who come to me to photograph their doggies, primary. So it's whatever people ask us to do. That's what we do. So I completely understand. So thank you so much. And now for you, Graciela, can you tell us a little more about your journey, about how you became, a designer as well?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Vasi. How? Well, I think it's a journey who became from my mom. She's a designer of jewels, of hats, and haute couture designer. And from my dad, who has a fabric, an industry of fabrics, I think. And because I love the dogs and all the pets. And well, I have a baby last, she died 10 years ago, and she was very, very, very old, almost 18. And well, she was blind, and not very nice. And I think to make clothes to the people loves her clothes and said, oh, she's okay, because she was really in bad conditions, and I would like she looks very nice. And this is because I become a designer. My first my first dress, I didn't have a sewing machine. So my first dress was when my dog Margarita has his 15 years old, and I make a party and I make a dress only hand by hand, and it was really terrible. No, but well, I use my imagination, and after that I say, okay, I have to buy a sewing machine, and after I want to study, and I want to study haute couture, and all the time I began to make dresses and outfits more complicated and more complicated as a way to train me in this. And well, it gives me pleasure to do special things, different things, crazy things, and because they remind me the fantasy, you know? And this is what I want to give when I make an outfit, a fantasy, something beauty to the world.
Yes, it's amazing. I definitely love your style. And in fact, you send me some of the pictures from the wedding, and they were like so cute. And you can imagine 15 years ago. I mean, we know, like, when we interview Ada and etc., she has been doing this also for a long time. But overall, pet fashion, it's considering new art to the world. And the fact that you living in your country, Argentina, you know, kind of started it such a long time ago. And then I'm really like amazed the fact that, you know, you went and, you know, and you studied this, you know, that's what really amazes me, that you study. Wow.
Yes, I'm still studying. Yes.
Yeah,
every week, Friday morning, I went to my 3 hours of classes. Yes, I love it.
Really? You continue?
Yes, 8 years ago. Well, my teacher became my friend, and
yes,
she's amazing too. So I said, I want to do that. Okay, what we can do it, and we work together for this, and it's very nice.
amazing.
It's very nice because really she accepted me as a pupil, because well, she came to my home and look at the dresses I made hand by hand, and she laughed and she said, okay, I'm going to help you because you deserve that. And because she's not a teacher from dogs, she's a teacher for humans. So challenge is to bring all to the world of the pets, which is different. The shape is different, the anatomy is different. And well, I love that. I'm studying everything, every different thing that the pets are from a human. And I'm writing about that.
Wow, it's incredible. Very, very interesting. And I can tell you, for me, I learn a new software every month because of the magazine. Because now last month I learned a new magazine platform on top of everything. Now people, they don't know, but I just launched a collection with my noises, which was a challenge itself. I was wondering, how can I create this for people to be user-friendly? And now I'm working on a new project, again, learning a new platform. So I feel that each of us, we keep learning. And the fact that we are born in different countries, the fact that we love what we do, and we are trying to help doggies, I think it's very powerful. And we have this drive, we have this inside desire to keep learning new things and to keep helping the fur babies, the doggies, the kitty cats. And that's why I would like to ask Juanita, can you tell us a little more about the rescue organization you have and how do you help those doggies and kitties?
Yes, I start to thinking in I cannot say solution because I think it's not the word, but I want to do something because here where I live is a lot of, I always see in dog streets, you know, bad conditions and everything. But lately it's like something happened with the kitties because it's like a lot of kitties in the street running or try to hide in, try to eat from the garbage or looking for in the ground, you know. And I say, what happened if, you know, I'm used to see always dogs, but now kitties. And one day, I think months ago, one kitty falling here where is all my rescue dogs, you know, because the patio, I think in English is backyard. Backyard,
Yes,
I think.
yes, backyard.
Gracias.
Backyard. Yes,
The
patio.
backyard, but here is patio. We don't have grass, but it's like a backyard. And it's open. We don't have roof or nothing. It's open. En, ¿cómo se puede decir? Que da para la calle. El patio es abierto y tú puedes ver la calle al otro lado.
It's in the front. It's in the front of the house.
Wow, it's the garbage. Wow.
And one kitty was walking in the walls from the street and falling inside to the backyard here where I have all the dogs. And it was so broken my heart because I don't know why my dogs cannot see cats. I don't know why, but they started grabbing and bite him. Oh my God, it was so traumatic for me and so sad. And I try to stop them, you know, and they don't listen to me. So finally, I could save the cat. I take to the veterinarian. He was good. Nothing happened. Just giving anti-inflammatories, you know, medication for tongue pain. And then I had to deliver the kitty. But my concern is what if happen again? It's not going to run in the same lucky this cat because it's not only one running here. It's like 5 cats in the night, morning running. And I always have, oh my God, no, please don't fall in here. No, that's why I was thinking I had to do something, and I started to looking for research here in Guatemala, my country's some organization who make sterilization campaign.
Yes,
Campaign, yes.
Thank you, Graciela. For low cost, because we have people here too that they don't have the research. They have pets, but they don't have the research for sterilized, and they are multiplicating, you know, the overpopulation. So I was thinking maybe this could be help for a little bit containing the overpopulation of these kitties too. And thank you, God, I found this organization who come here to this home for doing, here they surgery is coming a doctor with the studies, I mean, with people voluntaries.
yes, volunteers.
See, thank you. And we try to catch in because I have the help of some neighborhoods,
Yes.
for catching these cats because they are so wild and everything was so adventure crazy. But we could catch in a lot of cats and people coming too from here close to the area for sterilization cats and dogs. So that was really cool. So they stay here for 3 days because they heal so quickly, the cats. And then with my broken heart, I had to, you know, getting free again because I don't have a space here for a lot of kitties and everything. So, but I see some and they are really good right now. They eating. I can see Tim Mark. I know who was yesterday say that I think it's a starting a little solution for this problem because I know it's never going to finish, you know, ending this problem. Yes.
Well, do you know what? I actually want to thank you everything what you do. And that's why for me it was very important that, you know, and that you said, yes, Vasi, I will come to Pet Pics. And I have not talked too much about it, but the truth is that as we are recording and live streaming and we are watching the replay, I started writing finally an article for our magazine, Pet Pics World magazine, because always it's so full, it's never room for me. And now I'm about to talk about the kitty cats and the doggies on the streets in my country. So I have not been in Bulgaria for 5 years. I thought they were 4. Apparently they're 5. And being in this world now as Pet Pics, not only as a photographer, and, you know, like interviewing you and interviewing so many pet parents from all around the world, it was very painful. It was so painful to see all of these kitties and doggies on the street. But now, and I was myself thinking, how can I help more? You know, and the fact that what you did, you know, to find this organization to help you. And the event was last week, exactly a week ago, since we are recording this and live streaming. And Jennifer from Celebrity Catwalk, she was so kind. She told me about the event. And I know that you are planning to do more. But for you to be able to do it, you know, there it's 2 options. The first one, it's people to be so generous to support you as a designer, which we are going to talk about it in a minute, because part of the proceeds of the income from your outfits goes, a portion goes for the animals. And then the second thing is when people can donate. And I remember that it was a very symbolic, like it wasn't too expensive to be able, because the people, we need to understand every country's standards, it's different. And especially in Guatemala, you know, I'm sure in Argentina compared to US, like, you know, it's different. And so, like, can you tell us a little more about, you know, maybe how much it costs and, you know, how people can eventually, if they're willing to help. And this is the reason why, and by the way, hi to everyone who is watching live. We have a bunch of people from Facebook and Instagram now. Can you tell people how they can help you? Because they're not even, they don't help you, they help the babies. And sometimes, yes, please share this, please share, but also how they can help.
Thank you so much, Basi. Like you say, it's not for help me, it's for help these little ones that they really need it. And I was researching many organizations here in my country, and the most one cheap, I can say cheap, was this, because they charging $35 and including
How much?
$35.
So only, okay, friends, only $35. And I just want to emphasize this, $35 for US. And I'm sorry, but as you know, I'm a coffee drinker. So this is practically, you know, those are few cups of coffee. Or this is when you go to eat pizza outside and you get a pizza and even not a salad, here are $35. So I think that, you know, maybe even if you consider, if you have a birthday and instead of people getting you things you may not need, you know, you may say, okay, you're my friend, give me a gift card for $10, or just here it's the PayPal, you can donate and let's help. But this $35, it's nothing. I mean, in US, you know, and of course standards are different, but I just think that for $35 to save a kitty cat life, it's absolutely incredible opportunity to know that from the bottom of your heart, maybe every 3 months, you say, I can afford $35. This is whatever $12 a month to put aside to help a fur baby. Sorry, you can continue, but I just wanted to emphasize that. I always like to break down things in a way that, okay, what is $35 with now standards? You go to the grocery store and you get a bag full with few things, and that's $35 in US. So anyway, yes, please continue.
Thank you, Basi, you're right. Yes, $35 included the surgery, anesthesia, all the materials that the doctor used, and included as well the medication after the surgery. They give in a little plastic bag the medication, the pills, and everything. So that's $35 included. Not only the surgery, the medication as well. And for dogs, it's the same price. I think it's a really good price. It's the most good price that I found here in Guatemala. Other places, they are more expensive. And I can even say, if you go into a private hospital, oh my God, it's super expensive here for sterilization. And the good thing, this doctor, when she operates dogs and cats, she used a technique very practical and simple, very, very tiny. You can even see the surgery, because the purpose is when this kitty or dog come back to the street, how you call it, this thing where you itches? No.
Without
Cuando coses con el hilo, la operación.
Yes, when you sewing the operation with the
yes, the needle, yes, the needle, yes, and yes, stitches, yes.
Yes, they falling alone. So, I mean, this dog or kitty, they don't need return to the veterinarian for get off these itches. It's falling alone, So that's really good. It's really practical, simple, and a really low price.
Yes, it is. And I hope that all of us, we can help friends. I really hope. And, as we are doing this, yesterday was International Dog Day, but to me, doggies and kitties overall and pet fashion, it goes hand by hand, it goes together. And that was very symbolical for me. It was very important. This week, I have been doing lives podcast every single day. Imagine 6 days in a row. Exactly in this honor that pets are family and that we can make a difference. That's something, Graciela believes, and she's in this mission that pets are family around the world. And this is what Juanita is doing in Guatemala. Pets are family and helps the babies on the street. And so when it's the next time when you hope you would like to do it, and do you have like a goal? Let's say you want to have, for example, let's say to $350 to help 10 kitties. How many kitties did you have this time?
This time we have around 46 kitties.
Wow.
It was less dogs, but dogs was around 6 dogs. But wow. This was kitties, yes. I'm thinking in doing, if as possible, in October.
Okay. October. So friends, we have about a month and change to be able to spread the word to the world, to be able to help more kitties and doggies as well. And now you'll make sure that whatever Pet Pigs as a platform we can do in a way to share, we will. But I also would really ask you to please help us. Again, you're not helping us, you are, but we are helping the babies because babies need help. Imagine 46 animals, being able to kind of live better life and not producing other, because when they go on the street, Juanita is there. She's like, her home there, it's only so big. There is only so many doggies and kitties she can have. And sometimes she needs room as well to live. I know. And then can you tell us, Juanita, how people can donate? Do you have like a PayPal? Do they need to DM you, private message you? How people can connect with you and help you?
Thank you. PayPal is the way that I use and I have for the people in USA could donate. And this organization coming for surgery, they have a limit of number, but they don't do for less or
Oh.
not too much, but it's a number for because they count in the anesthesia and all this, so they are not going to come in for a few beds. They come in for a the minimum is thank you, Graciela, is like 25
Wow.
beds and
okay.
up.
Okay, so hold on. Sorry, artists, we are not good with math. So we have 25, 30 for $35. So with the minimum we need, it's $875 to be able to save 25 kitties, or maybe let's say whatever, 20 kitties and few doggies. But I would definitely encourage you friends to consider. And again, you may have the opportunity to donate $5. And I just want to remind you, you may never use PayPal, but also PayPal, they sometimes do charge a little taxes, but there is also a way when you say that you are sending money to a friend, so they don't charge tax, fees. So please double check if you like to help and support. Again, it can be $5, because if you have two people with $5, right? Or 5 people with $5, we can, 7 people with $5, we can save pets. So, and tell your friends. I know a lot of our followers do birthday parties of their fur babies, and every time, if you're wondering who can we help, here it's Juanita from Guatemala who wants to help the kitties and the doggies, and where people can find this link to PayPal. Juanita, where people can find the link to PayPal to donate.
Well, ¿dónde puede la gente encontrar el PayPal, Juanita, para pagar?
Gracias. My PayPal is boshoun@icloud.com.
Okay. And we'll make sure, friends, that we'll add, please, after we do the live, message me the link, the email. So I will make sure I add it. So whatever you are watching this or listening, please double check below in the description. You're going to have the information of, of Juanita. Also, I would encourage you, friends, check her work and also check Graciela's work, because Graciela is also helping her own ways. She creates a lot of outfits. She donates them for Celebrity Catwalk. Who's Celebrity Catwalk? If you don't know, Post in the City, I'm very grateful to Jennifer. We partner together really nicely. We do lives every week. And one of the days of the event, there is fundraising for your organization, Juanita. So we are all connected. You think we are not, but we are all connected, which is really great. And I just want to also ask, people, and you, Graciela, can you tell us a little more about your mission of helping rescue organization with your craft, with your designs?
Yes, well, as I was telling you, I became a designer when Ada invited me to New York Pet Fashion Show. And the most amazing thing is, in this way, I can connect both things I love. I love to create and to design and everything, but I love more the pets. Well, the children, the pets, and the old people. These are my aims. And I want to help all of these missions. And I can join in this way how to help pets and how to design. And well, a New York Pet Fashion Show connected me with my dear Jennifer through Ada, and now I'm helping in Paus in the City. And really, I'm thank I thank to God and to Jennifer and to Ada and to you and to all the people who give me the opportunity to join both things. I use what I do to help some pets because I have to work in another things. You know, I'm physical therapist and I treat patients with cerebral palsy, and this is my other mission.
It's amazing.
And well, in my weekends and when I have a space, I would like to do it by the moment. And when I finish and I retire, I would like to continue to be a designer.
It's amazing. It's so amazing what you both of you do, ladies. I cannot thank you enough. And I just really hope, friends, I inspire you in a way. All of us will inspire you and to show you that it doesn't matter where you are born. It doesn't matter where do you live, what language do you speak, what is your culture. There is one thing, too many also, but one thing which definitely unites us, and this is the love and the passion for fur babies. And I cannot thank you enough to both of you and to all of you friends watching and listening, to Jennifer, you know, to Ada. I mean, you know, Ada, she keeps telling me, Vasi, you do what you do, Vasi. You go ahead. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not sure. And she's like, actually, people, they don't know. But 2 years ago, I wanted to close down Pet Pigs. And some of our followers, they said, Vasi, we can imagine living our life without Pet Pigs. It used to be Pet Pigs Academy. Now it's Pet Pigs World. And exactly with each of your support, the support of Jennifer, the support of, of Ada, the support of, Juanita, of Graciela. This is how magic happened around the globe. This is how we help doggies, kitties, birds, bunnies, whatever you are passionate about. You know, we call them fur babies. You know, some people call them animals. Some people call them fur babies. It's still the same. Pets are family around the world. They are our kids. They are our heart. And we are possible. You have the opportunity and the possibilities to help more. The question is how to become more creative, how to unite us, how to kind of join forces, like if you like, watch Star Wars, and how we can make this world a better place for 2 and 4 legs. So it doesn't matter, help elderly people, help kids, help, 4 legs. Let's help, we can. And at least of it, please share. It's not, it's not about Pet Pigs. It's not about Vasi. In fact, I joke, Vasi, it's a small Vasi. Who cares about Vasi? What we really, it's the priority. It's you, friends. You, your babies, and the babies in need. And that's what people like Graciela, like Juanita, like myself, like each of you, that's where we come in place. But I want to, before we are done, I want to ask, I will start this time with Graciela. Can you please, lady, tell us where people can find you in social media? And also if you have final words.
Oh, yes. In Instagram is G from Graciela, G Vidal Luxery Couture for Pets. And in Facebook, Graciela Vidal Casas. And well, That's all.
That's all. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Graciela. Is there like anything last you want to tell for people? At least I would say last for today. Definitely not last at all, because I very excited for people to read your article in English and Spanish in our upcoming issue, which, by the way, friends, we are planning to release it very soon. And again, magazine takes a long time. Because we have amazing pet parents, and if each of you want to be highlighted, please message us. But so, stay tuned. Graciela will be back, and you're going to read her incredible story. And for you, Juanita, where people can find you on social media?
Thank you. We can find me in Instagram, like Boshoun, and Facebook, Joanna Esparza, or is. That's it.
That's it. Well, I cannot thank you enough. And is there like last words you want to tell people? Anything you want to share with them? Tell them, yeah, just tell, I don't know anything. If there is like, do you want to tell people why you do it?
Well, I want to tell what I share with you. I adore what Juanita does, because I said she's a designer like all of us, but she works directly with the pets, and she's so brave for this, and I admire her for this. And she worked as a designer to pay all the treatments for the pets in need. And we talk about her dignity, and well, I admire her work, and she deserves our support, of course.
It's amazing. And I can tell you, friends, I have been begging and asking Juanita to write me an article in the magazine. And no, but I want to say something. And do you know what? She's so dedicated to continue sewing and helping babies that, she doesn't have the time, in a way like that babies come first. And that's your priority. That shows your heart, how much, like how much you love them. And I know each of us, we love, because if you're watching this or listening, it means that you are also, you joined the club of the crazy passionate pet parents. But also, I can't even describe it with words. Probably my English is not even good enough to say it into words, but it's very emotional to me. But I just want to tell you, friends, we are born in different countries. Our mother language is very different. Our cultures are very different. You may not know, but every single time when each of us showcase publicly, it takes a lot from us. You don't know, the fact that we are trying, the fact that in our little opportunities we are trying. You have to understand, in our countries, I know that yours are the same, people make very little, and it's like completely different lifestyle. And again, every country is different, so I can't even say that, but I really hope you appreciate the courage of those two ladies, and then just know how much we are passionate to do what we do, because we do it from the bottom of our heart. And listen, even for me, creating Pet Pics World, even becoming a pet photographer, do you know that I had to go and tell all of my Bulgarian friends that I can make it as a photographer, because I believe in it, because such a thing as a pet photographer in my small country of now 7 million people does not exist. But what really matters is the passion we have in our hearts, the passion to help these babies, and the passion and the love what unite us. So if there is one thing, because I always like to teach, I always like to give messages, it's one thing, it's please give yourself the credit and know that you are doing your best in your opportunities to do your best. You may would like to do a little more, but let's appreciate how much you do. And we want to say we appreciate you. And I appreciate each of you ladies. I cannot thank you enough for being with me today on the show. And that was very emotional because I'm very passionate. Us coming from a different countries, speaking this as a second language, being away from my mom and dad of thousands of kilometers and miles for the babies, for and whatever else, but also for the babies. I told my own country, I will follow my dream. The big question is, what is your dream, friends? And if it four babies are related, believe me, you can make a difference because you are born to make a difference. So with this, I'm done. I really hope you enjoy today. And I would encourage you, you know me, give a hug to your four babies and tell them again and again and again how much you love them. But also don't forget to tell yourself that you love yourself as well, because you are a very special person. So it doesn't matter where you're born, what language you speak, what is your culture? Do you have a dog or a kitty? Do you have 5 pets, 12 pets? What matters? You're doing your best and you matter and you're important. So thank you very much. Send you your kisses and hugs. I cannot thank you enough for being with me on this incredible journey. That's our family around the world. So let's help these kitties. Let's help these doggies. Go in the description, follow Juanita. There will be the PayPal link. Again, everything will go for the fur babies, and let's try to help in October more for babies, doggies, and kitties. And also go and follow the ladies and say hi to each of them if you don't follow them already, and support them with, you know, become their client if you like to dress their babies. So let's make a difference. So see you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Adios, right? Adios.
Yes, adios.
Bye-bye. Thank you.